Well. Um, First off, I want to apologize for not broadcasting at whatever time I was supposed to broadcast. It's I've been trying to figure out when was the best time to be out here and entertain you, or talk to you, relate with you, get to know you if you come in. Hopefully, you come in. Um, and liking and sharing, subscribing, that sort of thing. Um, and I wanted to share more of um, my journey as far as mental health and why I was pursuing this career or whatever else in between. Um, and the thing was, is that this was the 70s. I don't remember if I was born in Milton necessarily, even though it says Toronto on my birth certificate, but I was probably, well, I don't know. But I lived in Milton, Ontario, and I lived on a street called Satok. Sajok. Satok. Hmm. Is there a familiarity with my name and the street name? Uh, I think I'll get into that another time. Um, well, I think there is to some degree. And I say that because I lived on that street. Is there any correlation between my name and the street name? I will not confirm or deny at this point. Anyhow, going back to Milton, Ontario, that was the year 1979. I had an incident down there, and my friends' names were Christina McDonald, Jason Cook, and Brandon Brandon White, and Anita. I believe her last name is Forsyth. Now, it's kind of tricky because I think along those lines I was having issues with my brain at that time, even though doctors say that, or the stats say that the psychosis doesn't take place until between the ages of 15 to 30. That might be incorrect because from what I remember, um, I I remember pushing Jason Cook. I was 8 years old and skinny kid, really liking his girlfriend at the time, which I was confused about, which is because I was with Anita, he was with Christina. She was taller, older. She was at, I think, about 12, and I was 8. But for some reason, there's a bit of confusion there because I was attracted to her, but I was also attracted to this one. I was with Anita, but I was always hanging out with Christina. Um, Not to say that it's I was confused about the situation. Confused to the point where I believe I was in psychosis at that time. as far as my memories are concerned. The thing about it was, I was always at her house, at Christina's house, playing house, playing doctor, playing kids games during that time. And I remember something she said. She said, "Oh, don't worry about him. He's like that all the time." For a normal kid at age 8, he would know who his girlfriend is versus the other woman who's with somebody else. At the time, Brandon was my best friend, and whew, don't be surprised that I remember this, because here's what's interesting about this story is that during this time, I had an altercation with Jason. Now he was probably at age 12 or 13. You're probably about 100 pounds, maybe 110. But he was a fat kid and tall, so he was probably about 100 pounds and some, maybe. Um, but I was a skinny kid. I was a skinny black kid, tiny. I was not even. I was probably about maybe 5 feet tall, maybe less than that, and I was basically average height for an 8-year-old kid. So, anyways, there's in one of the there's a driveway leading to all the townhouses that we lived in. Now, alongside the driveway, there's a couple houses, and Brandon lived on the corner at the end of the drive. Going further, there's a park, and then Christina lived on the other corner. And their driveways go downward into the garage. Now, I remember specifically in my mind that, and there's like, before entering the garage, they have like those drain pipes or drain. Basically, there's a drain there for the water to flow down, and one of them, it was kind of broken and sticking out, just a tiny bit. And on above the garage door, it's brick, right? So I mean, they're kind of jagged, pointing outwards. And what had happened was, I think I pushed him, and my hands were like this, just like I was trying to defend myself or something like that. And I think I pushed him, and then he hit his head on the brick because he tripped over that piece of metal backwards. And that stayed with me for a long time. Because in my mind, everything just happened so fast. When something happens so fast and you have no control of it, I had anger issues during that time. Like I would snap at anything just instantly. So that's why I believe that my illness started way back when. And not having any control over any rational thought. There were times when I would be on a bike and don't remember how I got on the bike. There were times when like little things. And don't get me wrong. I mean, not all of us are going to remember our childhood, but I remember mine specifically. There are certain things I remember, and her name was Anita Forsyth, I believe. I could be wrong. Um, she was. I don't remember her complexion, but I do believe she was like a Chinese Canadian, and Brandon was a Chinese Canadian, and Christina and Jason were Anglos. Um, the reason why I remember a lot of this stuff is that it's a suppressed memory. I tried to remember the incident for the longest time, and I remember we moved that day, or the day after. Yes, the day after, because I had to. I went inside, and it happened in the afternoon when he hit his head, and as soon as he hit it, he came down like this, and it was, and all I could do is hold my hands up like this. That's it. Like, I don't know if I pushed him. I couldn't remember if I did that. Um, but he went back at least 5 feet. He flew. So I must have pushed him. I had to have. It's that stayed in my mind for so long. And the day we moved, it rained that day, and I was already in Etobicoke. So it was. I never made friends for like a year, maybe two. Didn't talk to anybody because they were on my mind consistently. I need to remember my friends so that I can. I guess because I wanted to apologize at the time. This is before my diagnosis, so I wasn't diagnosed until I was 45 at least. Um, but I think periodically in time, the illness kind of crept up. It just it stayed in my mind for so long. It was like, I mean, I cried. I remember crying when I ended up in Etobicoke when it rained that day. All I could think about was Jason. Is he okay? I had incidents with my brother. I would break toys because we used to get the same kind of toys, like cap guns, black with the red cap guns in the all the time. He had one. I had one. I broke mine. I didn't remember. So that's why I believe that my illness started when I was really young, instead of age 15. Um, there are certain. There was a moment where I was in my mind watching through my own eyes as if they were windows. It was weird. Um, and I couldn't I couldn't fathom as to what I'm seeing, because there was, like, in my head there was someone standing beside me, as if I was if as if I was that movie that Eddie Murphy created. I can't remember when it was. I think it was early '90s. Um, in this movie, he's an alien in his own body. So like up here, there were people in his head. Now, I don't know if that was a delusion that I made up in my mind somehow, and just. But as far as I know, that's actually a movie. It's actually a pretty funny movie. Um, you know what? I'm gonna try and look it up on my phone. Let's see if I could look it up. I just want to, because I want to prove to myself if it is a movie or not. I'm just trying to. Basically, in the movie, the spaceship is Eddie Murphy dressed in all white, and inside his inside the head are people operating the body, his movements, everything. And so, I granted it could be a delusion, it could be something, but I'm gonna look it up and see for myself if it's if I imagined that or not, because I never considered looking it up until now. So, um, let's see. I'm gonna look it up. It's gonna be quite interesting if it's an actual movie that I saw. Um, I, it's just. I'm pretty sure it is a movie. I'm pretty sure. Eddie, Eddie Murphy movies. Let's see. Tower Heist, Metro, Meet Dave, Coming to America, Shrek 42, Pluto Nash, 48 Hours, 1,000 Words, Eddie Murphy, Leftovers, Dr. Little, Mr. Church, I Spy, Dreamgirls, Showtime, The Professor. Okay, maybe I did make it up in my head. Robo Finger, Daddy Daycare. Okay. You know what? Now that I'm looking at it, I'm. Hmm. He made a lot of movies, a lot of good ones too. But anyways, in this movie, at least I thought it was a movie that he started. I can't remember who else was in it. Get better picks when you share what you like. Hmm. Okay. Basically, the spaceship lands on Earth, and he's all dressed in white. He looks like an actual person on the outside. I mean, granted, yes, it's him, but I'm pretty sure this was a movie. Maybe it wasn't even Eddie Murphy, to be honest with you. I'm pretty sure it was Eddie Murphy. I might have made this up in my head. Now that I'm looking at this, it's clear that I did, because I don't see it here. I don't see any kind of inclination that it's here. Excuse me. Imagine that. Hmm. Life. Crone would have seen that. Eddie Murphy, Rob, Bowfinger, I've seen that. I've seen all his movies. Trading Places, Harlem Nights, Daddy Daycare. Hmm. Best Defense. Don't think I saw that one. Boomerang saw that one. Haunted Mansion, I saw that one. Holy Man, that was a good one. Nutty Professor. Hmm. Norbit. Empire in Brooklyn. Yeah, I saw that too. Wow. Um, hmm. This really blows my mind. Because I'm pretty sure it was Eddie Murphy. You know what? Looking at this, I'm thinking now I was hallucinating. Eddie Murphy B movies. No, 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 no. Eddie Murphy B movies. Hmm. Okay. B movies. You know what? I'm going to try a different way. Let's see. Uh, Eddie Murphy. Bishop movies. Yes, I did see it. Meet Dave. That's what it's called. I don't know if you can see that. Maybe you can. It's called Meet Dave. I do remember this movie. Wow. And he's always smiling. Yes. Hold on a second. Woo-hoo-hoo. I wasn't hallucinating. It's a 2008 sci fi comedy. An hour and 30 minutes. Dave Ming Chang is the ultimate fish out of water, even though he's just arrived in New York. That doesn't explain his odd behavior and disjointed locomotion. Outside, Dave is actually a spaceship, controlled by a crew of tiny aliens modeled after their captain. As the crew contends with a slew of physical challenges such as eating, drinking, ex- oh, excreting, they begin to experience profound emotional changes changes as well. So I wasn't hallucinating. I actually did see this movie. Um, it's actually kind of interesting. This movie. This movie relates to what it could be like as far as mental illness is concerned. You know, you have someone operating the arm, the leg, kind of like the Transformers kind of move, and it's in a way I was in my own head watching myself learn how to relate with somebody because someone was trying to teach me psychologically, like up here in my head. And so relating to that movie is kind of wow. So I wasn't hallucinating about the movie. Whew, I feel so much better. Meet Dave. I got to see that movie again. I have to. Um, hmm. I wonder. Holy schmackos. In a nutshell, funny, futuristic, and unrestrained. Uh, where to watch? Let's see. Amazon Prime Video. Oh, $4.99. Really? It's actually a funny movie. Um, 5.1 out of 10 on IMDb, 20% Rotten Tomatoes. I don't know. I really don't pay attention to critics, because usually the movies turn out really good. I'm just saying. But if you watch it, I think you'll get an idea of what it's like for someone in psychosis. How it's relative to some degree, because on the outside, because mental illness is invisible, you can't see it unless you see the behavior or understand the behavior. Um, but this was a really funny movie. I remember this. Holy crap! Whew, thank God. Oh wow! Reviews. Let's see the reviews. 5, 1.1, 4.1, 20% on Rotten Tomatoes. What the hell? How do you get 20% on Rotten Tomatoes? Is this wrong? Common Sense? Common Sense Media. Okay. Not as crass as Norbit, but forgettable. Forgettable. This is why I don't pay attention to uh, critics. It's because they say these things because they don't understand it. They don't understand his point of view. If I was to watch it with under psychosis, I would understand it. I would get some sense of it. Or someone with mental illness, I would get some sense of it because in a way I can relate mentally. So for them to say 1.5, 20% or 1 out of 5, what is wrong with you? But yet IMDb gives it a 5.1 out of 10 rating. So it's borderline. It made sense to those who a crew of miniature aliens operate a spaceship that has a human form while trying to save their planet. Aliens encounter a new problem as their ship becomes smitten with an Earth woman. Oof, $4.99. I'll try this out. Yeah, this is.
There have been impossible murders.
I'm gonna play this because I don't get paid, so not right now.
Did you say something?
Who are you talking to?
Haunting in Venice.
Okay, that was a trailer. Comes the preview.
Meet Dave. Outside.
Oh, you have to remember it's an alien.
It's what's inside that counts.
Hello, sir. Hi, are you all right?
Contact everyone. Our first verbal encounter. Thank you for your concern.
How hard did you hit this guy?
This summer.
Oh.
Oh, that's our cat, Morris. Cats. Here we go.
We're under attack.
Oh, boy, yeah!
From 20th Century Fox and Regency Enterprises.
I'm sorry, you have to see this stuff. This is hilarious.
Now I'm trying to let the music take me.
Because in a way, it's. There are moments when I was under psychosis, and I had interesting moments where I was like, "What the hell is that? Why is that happening? How did I do this? How did I do?" Like, I mean, it's relative, but in a lighter state, as far as understanding it, I completely understood it begin to end. So meet Dave. So I mean, if you understand how the brain works, how mental illness or what it's like to be in psychosis, or have an idea what psychosis is all about with delusions and stuff like that, meeting Dave or Meet Dave is a good primary example. So I mean, it's. Thank God I actually did see it. Oh, you have no idea how I feel, because I've tried to explain this movie so many times, and I couldn't remember the title. Like, whoa! But it's comedy, it's adventure, it's it's not for everybody. I'm not gonna lie, it's not for everybody. But I like Eddie Murphy, and for only him to get 55 ratings on this. I'm going to write pretend to have psychosis. Psychosis. Watching, watching this movie. You'll understand it better. Yeah. I think those who can have a deeper perspective of a movie like this will understand it. And being that well, I mean, my father was an artist, so I kind of understand the method to the madness, so to speak. And it's only a creative mind will understand what method to the madness is. Um, but I related with this film in such a way that it helped me understand what was happening up here. You know, I saw it in the 90s. No, I saw it in 2008. 2000, excuse me. Not the 90s, 2000s, because it was released in 2008. So sometime in 2000s, I saw it. And I'm actually grateful that I found it. Whew, I swear. I swear. Uh, but anyways, my childhood was, I was in and out of, I had blackouts even at that time. Because when I was riding a bike under psychosis, under with a blackout, I woke up riding my bike. Like, how does that happen? You know, I mean, for them to say psychosis doesn't happen until ages between 15 to 30. It's not what I experienced. No. Uh-uh. This happened to me sooner than you think. But it didn't happen consistently throughout my life. Not like every month. It happened maybe once in a blue moon. Like we'll say, every year to 5 years, like periodically. So it wasn't like it happened on a daily basis. You know, like I would have psychosis one day and I'd be fine the next day. It wasn't like that. I'd have psychosis one day, and then 5 years later, I'm fine. Like I'm blacking out. Um, so seeing this movie really helped me understand uh, what it's like to be in your own head. Um, it just that's what it is. It really blew my mind as to how I completely understood it. Like the, I found it funny. I found it relatable. I found it uh, kind of inspiring because he's learning how to behave like a human, looking like a human, even though he's a Martian. No skills, doing mimicking whatever anybody else is doing. You know, um, so but it's worthwhile watching if you have never seen it. And I've seen a vast majority of his films. He's one of my favorite comedic actors, um, along with Sidney Poitier, Denzel Washington, Wesley Snipes. Uh, I know they're all black. It's a relatable thing. Don't say it's a black thing. It's a relatable thing. When they do stories about blacks in society, whether they're a cop, an alien, another cop being slapped by a white cop versus being or slapping back the white guy, it's I mean it's relatable. Like it's there's a method there to understand it all. It just is what it is. If you like what you hear so far, I'd appreciate if you like, share, and subscribe. Uh, I don't think you can leave a comment. For some reason, the comment section is restricted. And I think they're still fixing YouTube. And YouTube needs to get their shit together. Fix the comment section. Um, and as far as recording my live shows to confuse my audience to believe that the show is live, there's nobody in here. Like, I'm doing this for 37 minutes and nobody's in here. But that's fine. It's okay. Because, I mean, prior to YouTube having live streaming, it was live and they didn't record it. So why did they change it? I don't know. I mean, I know I've been gone for 10 years, but hello, this makes no sense. I mean, you give me the option to have two channels, one I use for videos and one I use for interacting with a live audience. I mean, not even giving me the option to record my show. Just record it anyways. Okay. Why? Why would you do that, YouTube? Because I'm a viewer as well. And I know what it's like to go to a live show on YouTube and realize that it's not actually a recorded live show. Very, very frustrating because I want to interact with my host. I should see scheduled shows appearing on a grid. And live shows, if it says live, it should be live. But if it's recorded live, it should say recorded live. Don't you think, YouTube? Hmm? You gonna give me an answer? I hope you're watching this. I really do. I hope somebody watches this and let them know. Because this is like ridiculous. It's frustrating. Because I'm used to, see, I was on Blog TV way back when they first appeared. Well, actually, not when they first appeared. When they first had 20,000 people, 20,000 Canadians on it. It was a Canadian site. And then apparently they wanted numbers. With this crap they had on there, I gave them a suggestion to open it up to the world, get rid of the smut, get rid of the bullshit, the nasty stuff, and you'll get your numbers. I just didn't say monetize the site, and they should have monetized the site because it would have still been around if they had monetized the site. They weren't too smart. I mean, granted, they hired actors to promote the site. They advertised it on TV, advertised it online. It skyrocketed past YouTube. And then YouTube got interested and wanted to see what this site was all about. And YouTubers came to the site, and then, well, that was crazy. YouTubers, E-Bombs World, you name it, they all came. Just, whoa. And it was crazy. It was nuts. I mean, the people I brought made ads, online ads. I was one of those people that had online businesses. I was one of those people. I was blogging and using online ads to generate my blog site. And then when I found Blog TV, I was like, wow, this is a whole new ball game for me. As a performer, as an actor, I was so entrenched with just seeing how it looked. It was like, wow, live streaming, the things I could do with this. Booyah! And of course, I got on too soon. Anyways, I don't regret being on there. I'll be honest with you. I don't regret being on there because YouTube was only doing videos around that time. And that was in, when was that? Ugh. That was over 10 years ago. Yeah, about 12 years ago. So about 2000, maybe that was probably about 2001 to 2002, something like that. So I left Ottawa in 2004. Well, wait a minute. I did Block TV in Ottawa. Now that I remember that. Mm-hmm. Da da da. Left 2004. And between 2004 and 2012, Block TV existed. It was on TV, advertised. All you'd see is a black screen, and then it would fade in and out, and it would say Blog TV. Really cool advertisement. I was like, what the hell is Blog TV? So I looked it up. Sure, it was. It showed me what it showed me a black screen with orange and yellow, really soft on the eyes, and uh, I was in love. I was in love with live streaming instantly as soon as I saw it. And then the front page had all the, like, kind of like YouTube, where you see the videos and you see the images of all these people, and just and you sign in, and then, oh yeah, they tried to send me an invitation through Facebook. I remember that, and I didn't like using my name at the time, and I don't know why I didn't. For some reason, I didn't. Well, I was I was in psychosis during the time, so I mean, what can I say? I really can't. I really can't. Whew, it just it's one of those things where it's like I can't really apologize for something I was not in control of. I mean, could you honestly sit there and say to yourself, whether you have a mental illness or not, can you sit there and say to yourself, I can apologize for something that I was not in control of? No, I can't. Um, but after mentioning that they should do this to the site, do take the smut off, take the nasty crap off, take this off, open it up to the rest of the world, like US and UK, boom. I've actually met people like, what did I meet? Amanda Rama, NYC, Conundrum, Candice Ray, MC Shan. Uh, who else did I meet? Online, of course. Rockland, USA. Uh, Jen Reynolds. Um, these are all Americans, by the way. Who else did I meet? Um, it, for some reason, I still remember them. Now, I don't know why. I just do. But I think they were the most memorable. But MC Shan was like, wow, is that MC Shan? Yeah, that's MC Shan. You're kidding. No, that's him. No way. And I'm still a huge fan of MC Shan. Uh, it blows my mind, really, because I became that popular as a Canadian on Blog TV. Not to say it transcended offline necessarily. It probably did. I don't know. I never wore the T-shirt. I mean, I did get a T-shirt. Not to say that I wanted a T-shirt, but I did generate attention for them on my blog site, and I did bring them ads. Lots of. Did they use them? I'm pretty sure they did, and they tried to benefit from me financially using my image and likeness. And YouTube did not like that. YouTube did not like that. And they, what they do? They basically said, well, he's using our Gmail, so we already have rights to it. We already have invested with him. I don't know what they did exactly, but they made it so that I wasn't going to stream on Blog TV anymore because they already invited me to. I think it was Yup Channel. Now, I don't remember what I was going to do, but for whatever reason, I think I created a bunch of shows. Yeah, that's right, I did. I had this camera, and it allowed me to use the mirror function on this camera. It was a Logitech camera, and it looked like a ball sitting in a like a little. Anyways, it had this mirror function on it, and what I did was I created a character from scratch and changed. Like I had a high pitched voice, like really high pitch, like that, and one of those things, and I would switch into this voice back and forth, like instantly. So I, whoo, and I'd be in this like it would look like a box because the where I had it positioned is that you have the wall and you see the corner of the wall. So I would say too many faces in a box, right? And how I came up with the name Too Many Faces, I looked at the grid of all the other faces of people, of hosts hosting a show, and that's how I came up with the username. Um, and that's why I've kept it so long. I see no point in changing it. I didn't start using my name until I came to YouTube because I think because I felt that Blog TV wasn't going to get me what I wanted. Now, from what I want, now, granted, I do have two channels on YouTube. Um, one's actually under my name, Joka _Shakur. You could scroll down. I think you could scroll down and find the link there on this channel. But it's only going to be used for like videos, um, videos um, that I do for health reasons. not just mental health, but also physical health, like exercise and cooking and meditation. Granted, it's not exciting content, but um, it's content nonetheless. I chose to do these because I felt that there are others out there like me. I felt that there are others out there like me who enjoy doing meditation, whether they have a mental illness or not, who who may or may not be going through some mental struggles. They might adapt to it. And I say that because I was also since I was 19, I was on a uh, soul searching mission to find out who I was as a person, as a artist, as a spiritual man. And I found meditation to make me feel relaxed, not just mentally, but physically and emotionally, to feel that balance between chaos and peace. You know, um, and if you're a Bible thumper, that's fine. I read the Bible myself. I went to a Catholic school for heaven's sakes, and I couldn't connect with the Bible because of my psychosis. It showed me passages that were conflicting with each other and made no sense to me. And I thought to myself, which belief came first? Christianity or Buddhism or Taoism or whatever form of meditation ism, whatever ism there is out there versus Christianity? What came first? The Quran, this, that, written scripture. They say they rewrote the book. No, they didn't. I don't see how or why. Why would you rewrite a book if it's supposed to be part of the scriptures? Why would you rewrite it? I don't get that. Um, I felt conflicted. I feel conflicted when I see Bible thumpers. I'm going to say Bible thumpers because I don't have nice words to say about them. Um, because there are diehard Christians who evoke their beliefs on other people, and I don't like that. I really don't. Um, because it says they've done so many things wrong throughout history. They've been a part of war, slavery, all of it. They got their hands in everything, and that always conflicted with me, not just mentally but emotionally. And I can't practice a belief that has done so much wrong throughout our history, especially in Canada, where slavery existed. Granted, I didn't know about slavery until I joined the film industry, and but no, I'm not trying to push my beliefs. If you want to embrace it with me, that's fine. It's up to you. I'm not going to say, well, you have to do it this way. And you could follow my lead and stuff. I could guide you, but I'm not going to say you should join my crew. Blah blah blah. I'm not saying that. I'm doing the meditation aspect for myself for the most part. Um, do I do it in video or do that in live stream? Chances are I'll do it in live stream. You know, or I might do it in video. I don't know yet. I haven't decided because I haven't done it yet. I'm not sure what works or if I need to edit a video for meditation. I don't think I really do. I just gotta remember to breathe properly, and sit in the lotus position or lie down or on my back um, on the floor. Not my bed, on the floor. Because the floor, I mean, granted, they say sit in the lotus position or sit in the upright, a chair that's upright versus say lie. I mean, you can lie down. I mean, here's the thing. I lie down because we do it anyways when we go to sleep. So, and I had to do it anyways because of my knee. I couldn't bend my knee for a long period of time. So, it's one of those things. It's yeah. So if you like what you hear, like, share, subscribe. Uh, like I said, if you can't leave I for some reason the comments are restricted. I don't know why. I have no control over that. YouTube is apparently still fixing the site, altering it here, altering it there, and it's chaos. It really is, and I think that's part of the reason why I'm frustrated with YouTube right now. Um, I mean, the live streaming aspect is great. Saying it's live, and then after the stream has stopped, it should say recorded live. That way people don't get it confused. YouTube. And it would be really nice for that to happen. It really, really, really would. Oh, water. Just what the man needed. Dryness. Oh, I am. Yeah, YouTube needs to really work on this site. And I hope they watch this video because I do talk about, and if anybody out there's, well, do leave a comment. And, like, for some reason, the comments are restricted. I don't know if it's a Canadian thing versus American thing and UK thing. I don't know. Because I was able to leave a comment on somebody else's YouTube, and yet someone can't leave a comment on mine, which is really upsetting. Because I can't critique your writing. I can't say, well, I appreciate you writing this and, saying that and responding to you, and I wish I could. And it sucks. It really, really does. So I'm hoping that they review this, and it's just more content for my show to rant and rave about their process. Why do they need to ruin it in the first place? It was fine the way it was 10 years ago, but they changed this and they changed. It's like, oh God. Now, why does this make sense to have videos that I can edit and record and leave for people to watch versus a live show that is recorded? Really? YouTube, you have some explaining to do. But yeah, this has been great. I've been very fortunate to do this, and I'm happy to come back. But I will be here daily, 10 a.m. daily, Sunday to Saturday. From now on, doing live streaming shows. I'm not so worried about doing the videos because they're videos, right? I'm going to edit them. I'm not even. I don't have a great. I don't have an oven. I don't have an air fryer. I have a hot plate, a dual hot plate. That's what I'm working with. So I got to work with what I got because since my diagnosis and then the pandemic, I lost everything. Like, good job, good apartment, blah blah blah. So I'm literally starting from scratch. So, and you're here to join me, and I appreciate you joining me for that. So, I appreciate you all, and I hope you have a super Sunday. And yeah, Until next time, go meet Dave, the movie.